Okay, Greg in New Hampshire here. My name is Greg and I am an alcoholic. I want to talk in this video, in the series of videos. I just did my Experience, Strength, and Hope video. And I want to talk a little bit about some of the changes you need to make in your in your lifestyle, in your well-being, to be able to stay sober. Stay away from the drugs, stay away from the beer, stay away from the booze. It's it's not as hard as you think, but it can be. It is what you make it to be. And I can remember one time having an argument with my favorite ex-wife. I'm standing at the refrigerator, opening the freezer to pull out my my bottle of vodka, which is where I kept that, and she starts screaming at me that you got to stop drinking. You can't drink. And the thought right then and there, the thought of me not being able to have a drink right then and there, caused me to start tearing up. I'll never forget it. It's one of those moments towards the end where, you know, you look at them in a group, and you know, you say, yeah, you know, that was one of the pegs in the in the ladder on the way down. I call it an elevator. The disease of addiction is I liken it to being on an elevator. It only goes down. It doesn't go up. In order for you to go up, you need to climb the stairs. And in order to climb stairs, you need to take the first step. The first step is at every floor. You can get off the elevator at any time. When you get your 12th arrest, like I did, you can get off the elevator, or you can stay on. You can get off the elevator when your loved one divorces you. You know, these are the things that happen while your life is unmanageable. And I'll talk about an unmanageable life, which is step one, in another video. In this video here, I want to talk about honesty. Honesty is absolutely huge. First of all, the process of recovery it's a humbling experience. You have to allow yourself to be taken down a few pegs, because you're not king of the hill anymore. The bottle beat you, the needle beat you, the rock beat you, whatever it was. You surrendered. You have to surrender to win. You can't fight this, because it always wins. It's a fatal disease, period. It only ends in three ways: jails, institutions, or death. Or you can surrender and find a new way to live. So, but I want to talk about honesty. Honesty is so key. When we go through the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous, the fourth and fifth step is about cleaning yourself out. It's taking all your wrongdoings. It's all your moral misgivings, all the bad stuff that, or the not so good stuff, or whatever it is, that's in your life, that's up here. You need to get rid of that. And that's what the fourth and fifth step is. The fourth step is you making a list of all of these issues and getting them on paper. And I mean, write them down, or type them into your computer, or record them on your smartphone, whatever you want to do. But you need to take them from here and get them out on the outside of yourself so that you can look at them. And then what you're going to do is you're going to share those with another human being, admitted to God, ourselves, and another human being, our misgivings, That's what the step says. Of course, by writing them down, God is going to be there. Your higher power, whatever that is. Picture your ocean, your totem pole, whatever it is. And then that higher power is also going to be there when you list these things and admit these things to another human being. Which sounds, it sounds like it's a very difficult thing to do. All I can tell you is that for a lot of people, it's very difficult. But everyone says the same thing once they've completed it. I feel wonderful. I should have done this sooner. It's such a great relief. You take all of that crap that you're carrying around on your shoulders and up in here, and you clean house and you get rid of it. And then you keep doing that with step 10 and 11, as I mentioned in the last video. But I'll be covering all the steps. But honesty throughout your life, in all your affairs, if you're not honest with yourself, that's the first person you need to be honest with, is yourself. I mean, how many times did you tell yourself, oh, I'm not going to drink tomorrow, or this is the last time, or, just whatever. You lied to yourself and you believed it, okay? Which is just, it's an incredible thing to think of. How is that possible? How can you say to yourself that you're not going to do something knowing that you're going to do something? It's just, it doesn't make sense. But, that's step 2, okay? We're insane. When we're in active addiction, we are insane. It's simple. So here's what happens when you're not honest. When you're not honest, you've put that deception, that lie, or whatever it is, in a certain part of your brain. It's stored there, okay? That's what we do when we go into step 4, is we take all that crap in the closet. Picture a closet up here. And there's all kinds of stuff hanging in the closet. There's stuff on the floor in the closet, and there's stuff on the shelf in the closet, okay? So you go through step 4 and you take all the stuff out of your closet, okay? And I mean everything. Some people, it takes more than one time, which is fine. Get rid of the stuff that's really in the forefront of your mind, in the front section of the closet, and get rid of it. And then go back and go in there again. But everything needs to go, including the box that's way in the back, in the corner, on the top shelf. That's where all the lies are. You got to take that box out. You got to open it up, and you got to get rid of it all. And if you don't stay honest, then what happens? You got to find a place to put the stuff that you're not honest about. And what do? You find a box. You put it in the closet, up in the shelf, in the back corner. And once that box is there, your propensity to keep putting stuff in there is going to grow and grow and grow. And before you know it, you're right back in this mental tug of war, this mental arguments that you're going to have with yourself. And I'm talking about yourself. I don't care about anybody else. You want to, obviously hurting, lying to other people that love you, and that you profess to love, is not a good thing. But we're talking about your life here, because when you go back, if you relapse, again, we're on the elevator, and it only stops when you die. So you want to get back on the elevator, that's fine. If you're not honest with yourself, that's where you're going to end up. You're going to be pushing the elevator button again, and you're going to get back in the elevator. So you got to be honest with yourself and honest with everybody around you about everything. And if you do this program, If you follow the program the way it's laid out, you do the 12 steps as they're laid out. I don't care which program you use, NA, AA, it doesn't matter. You do it online. I don't care how you do it. If you do it properly, the way it's laid out, and you do it honestly, you will recover. And then you can call yourself a recovered alcoholic. I'm a recovered alcoholic. 920 days today since my last drink. And if there's no way in the world you would have convinced me that I was going to stop drinking 6 months before I did, or a year before I did, or 10 years before I did, okay? Telling me that I needed to stop drinking was a futile effort. But here I am. And so it can be done. And I'm no different than anybody else. You go to AA meetings and you can, NA meetings, or wherever you go, and sit there and listen, and you'll identify with everybody there. Everybody who shares their experience, strength, and hope, you will find something in their story that you can identify with. And what does that mean? That means that you're all in the same boat, you all have the same disease, and you all have the same remedy. So being honest is key. If you think that, you can go through the motions and get well and then go back out there and manage your addiction, you're just, you're still insane. It's as simple as that. I mean, I never ran into a casual weekend heroin user, never ran into a casual weekend cocaine user, never ran into anybody. It doesn't exist. People that get drunk on Friday night and come to on Monday morning, try and get back to work. It's not a casual weekend alcohol user. You're not having a couple of glasses of wine with one dinner on the weekend. You're drinking from start to finish, and been there, done that. When the weekend starts on Thursday, and then it starts on Wednesday, and then it doesn't end on Monday, it doesn't end on Tuesday, and before you know it, the weekend is the whole week. And 5 o'clock somewhere happens at 6 o'clock in the morning. That's the progression of the disease. And every single alcoholic who's honest with you is going to tell you that that's the way it went. Some people can come to this realization a little bit earlier than others, but it's been my experience with the thousands of meetings that I've been to that usually, a bottom is it's pretty bad. Something has to happen. You got to lose your family, you got to lose your license, you got to lose your job. Some major intervention is going to be the only thing that gets you into the halls of Alcoholics Anonymous and on the road to recovery. So think about the honesty part. It's absolutely the best way to live. I am so happy. I don't have there's nothing hanging around up here. There's nothing I have to worry about. My loved ones can ask me any kind of question. There's no hesitation. What am I going to say? The truth all the time. It's so relieving. It's so refreshing, and it works. And it's one of the keys to success in recovery. So we'll get on to other topics in other videos. For now, God bless you. And if you're thinking about getting in the program, get in the program. If you're already in the program, great. I'm Greg, and I'm an alcoholic.